Why is Naruto called the sun and Sasuke the moon? And how does the same dynamic now apply to Sarada and Boruto in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex? In this video, I break down what it really means when Naruto is seen as the sun and Sasuke as the moon, and how Sarada has now become the future sun while Boruto takes on the role of the moon in the shadows. The sun in Naruto and Boruto represents someone who brings hope, warmth, and change to others, even in dark times. The moon reflects the light in a quiet, powerful way, supporting from behind the scenes, often without recognition. In this video, we'll explore Naruto's role as the village's light and hope, Sasuke's life as a protector in the shadows, how Sarada is growing into Hokage who leads with light, why Boruto now walks the lonely path as the moon, the deeper symbolism of sun and moon in the shinobi world. If you have been curious about these roles in the Boruto manga, this video will give you the full breakdown. Watch until the end and let me know in the comments, do you think Sarada can truly become the new sun? So, what made Naruto the sun? Well, Naruto had a painful childhood after his parents were killed by Kurama just after he was born. With Kurama sealed inside him, the people of Konoha hated Naruto and didn't want their children to play with him. Because of this, Naruto had a very painful and lonely childhood. He grew up being ignored, rejected, and treated like a monster, even though he didn't know the reason why people in the village were treating him that way. Naruto stayed by himself at home and made shadow clones to keep himself company. At first, Naruto had no parents, no friends, and no one to show him love or care. The older people in Konoha will give him dirty looks and will not treat him kindly. Despite all the hardships Naruto faced, his situation gave him the ability to understand the pain, problems, and struggles of others. Instead of hating the village or seeking revenge, Naruto made a vow to become the Hokage, the strongest shinobi and the leader of the village. As an extrovert, Naruto first wanted to become Hokage because he wanted the village to recognize and respect him, to accept him for who he truly was. But during the missions and challenges he faced as a shinobi, Naruto's reason for becoming Hokage grew deeper. It became more meaningful to him. Naruto wanted the strength to protect the people he cared about, to stop others from feeling the same loneliness he felt as a child, to bring peace to the shinobi world, and to break the cycle of hatred that has caused so much pain. With this emotional driven mission, Naruto became the sun, the shinobi who brings hope to others and aims to change the world for the better. There are many great things Naruto has done in his life. To demonstrate Naruto being the sun, I'll explain the recent great thing Naruto has done before being sealed by Kawaki in the Boruto manga. So, what is the recent great thing Naruto has done in Boruto? Naruto helped Kawaki escape the painful life he was living. In Kawaki's childhood, he was emotionally and physically abused by his real father. Kawaki's father completely ignored his responsibility as a parent. Instead of looking after Kawaki, he made him work to earn money and used that money to buy alcohol for himself. If Kawaki didn't do what his father wanted, his father would beat him and lock him in a room alone with no food as punishment. Kawaki's father would tell him that he was empty and that he had no value other than being someone to beat. What made things even worse was that his father eventually sold him to Jigen. Jigen was actually being controlled by Shiki Otsutsuki. Kawaki's father sold him just so he could get a lot of money to buy even more alcohol. When Jigen took custody of Kawaki, he acted like he understood what Kawaki had been through. Jigen told Kawaki that he knew he suffered a lot, but it was over now. He said Kawaki had done well to survive everything and that from then on, Kawaki didn't have to worry anymore because Jigen will now be his new father. But this turned out to be a lie. Jigen only took in Kawaki to use him for his own selfish reasons. He wanted to implant the Kama seal into Kawaki. This seal will slowly override Kawaki's body with Ishiki Otsutsuki's DNA and data, which was compressed into the Kama seal like a file that extracts over time. This is how Ishiki planned to come back to life because his other vessel Jigen wasn't truly compatible with the Kama and could not handle Ishiki's chakra or power. Once the Kama seal process was a success, Jigen, who was being controlled by Ishiki, treated Kawaki badly. He trained him with harsh methods and beat him often. Jigen will constantly remind Kawaki that if he could not master the karma, he was useless. He told Kawaki that he had nothing, no family, no friends, no power, and no talent, and that he was completely empty. As the son, Naruto's nature is to help others and give hope to people going through hard times and tough situations, just like he once did. Naruto saw himself in Kawaki, someone who grew up alone, was abused and treated like he was worthless. After Kawaki was saved and brought to Konoha, Naruto understood that pain deeply. So he did everything he could to help Kawaki feel safe, accepted, and loved. When Kawaki came to live in the Uzumaki household, Naruto didn't treat him like a guest or an outsider. Instead, Naruto welcomed him like a family. He gave Kawaki food, a warm home, and the freedom to just be a normal boy, not a vessel or a weapon. Naruto even made sure Kawaki did not feel pressurized to act a certain way. He told Kawaki that he could take his time to get used to things and that no one will force him to open up. Naruto went out of his way to protect Kawaki from those who still saw him as a danger, including some shinobi and people in Konoha who didn't want Kawaki around. Naruto stood up for him and made it clear that Kawaki was under his protection. Naruto didn't see Kawaki as a threat. He saw him as a child who needed saving, just like he once did. More importantly, Naruto gave Kawaki something he had never had before, a sense of belonging. He let Kawaki know that he didn't have to keep fighting or suffering. He didn't need to be useful to be loved. He didn't need karma to have worth. Naruto helped Kawaki understand that he could have a future beyond pain, a future where he is cared for and supported. By treating Kawaki like a son, not a weapon, Naruto slowly began to break the chains of Kawaki's painful past. He showed him that the love of a parent is not about control or conditions. It's about being there, keeping someone safe, and helping them heal. This is how Naruto, as the son, lit up Kawaki's dark world and gave him hope that he could live a different life. What's even more powerful is that Naruto sacrificed his own strength and Kurama to gain enough power to use Barren mode, which allowed Ishiki Otsutsuki to be defeated, saving Kawaki and stopping the shinobi world from being destroyed. After Amado successfully removed the karma seal from Kawaki's body, Ishiki was forced to revive himself using an imperfect vessel, Jigen. With only a short time left to live, Ishiki planned to implant a new karma seal into Kawaki so he could be reborn. If Naruto had not used Barren mode, Ishiki would have killed Naruto, implanted Kawaki with another karma seal, come back to life using Kawaki's body, and planted a divine tree which would have led to the end of the planet. But thanks to Naruto and Kurama, that future was stopped, though it came at the cost of Naruto losing his strength as a shinobi. As for Kawaki, Naruto did everything he could to show him the best side of humanity. But since Kawaki never experienced love in his early life, he didn't know how to handle the love he received from Naruto. That's why Kawaki is now causing chaos to protect Naruto, because he doesn't want to lose the one person who treated him like a human being and made him feel like someone worth caring for. So, how is Sarada the future son? Sarada wants to follow in Naruto's footsteps. She wants to become the Hokage, and her role model is Naruto. Sarada relates to Naruto's belief that as a Hokage, all the people in Konoha are like family to him, and he's willing to do anything to protect them. Sarada knows that she's not extraordinary shinobi like Naruto or her father Sasuke, but she still wants to become a Hokage like Naruto, someone who protects everyone and looks after Konoha's future. The difference between Sarada and Naruto is that Sarada struggles with feeling like she's not good enough. Sarada once thought that becoming Hokage felt impossible because she could never do anything to stop all the bad things happening around her. In Boruto Naruto Next Generations, Kawaki nearly killed Boruto after Momoshiki took control of Boruto's body during the fight against Code. This made Sarada feel helpless because Boruto nearly died and she was not strong enough to help, even if she had been there. Later, when Kawaki sealed away Naruto and Hinata and tried to kill Boruto again, Sarada tried to help, but she didn't have the strength to stand up to Kawaki. Because of that, Boruto got his right eye cut while trying to protect Sarada. Luckily, Mitsuki, Shikamaru and Sasuke arrived just in time and were able to save both Boruto and Sarada from Kawaki. But things got even worse. After sealing Naruto and Hinata and trying to kill Boruto, Kawaki was hunted by Konoha shinobi. Instead of taking responsibility, he used Ada's omnipotence, a power that can change reality and alter people's memories. Kawaki made everyone believe he was Naruto's real son, born and raised in Konoha. He made everyone believe that Boruto was the outsider who had killed Naruto, the Hokage who ended the 4th Great Ninja War and brought peace. That Boruto had also tried to kill his own son, Kawaki. Because of this, Boruto is now hunted and wanted dead by the shinobi world. Since Sarada and Sumire were immune to Ada's omnipotence, they were the only ones who could remember the truth. Sarada again felt helpless because she could not do anything to stop what was happening to Boruto. She broke down in tears, wondering why Boruto never gets a break and why so many terrible things happen to him. In that painful moment, Sarada awakened her Mangekyou Sharingan, but she did not realize it at that time. Later, during a mission where Mitsuki, Araya, Yodo, Sarada faced a divine tree named Ryu, a being stronger than Code, who was already stronger than Jigen, who was stronger than both Naruto and Sasuke combined. During the fight, Yodo was killed by Ryu, and once again Sarada felt helpless because she could not stop it. But in that moment, Sarada decided to stop feeling sorry for herself. She realized that by rejecting her emotions and worries and seeing them as weakness, she was also rejecting the power inside her, the power of her Mangekyou Sharingan. Right then, she fully awakened her Mangekyou Sharingan and was aware of it this time. With it, she defeated Ryu all by herself. Sasuke believes that Sarada's eyes will be a great help in the future. He believes Sarada and Boruto are the ones who will face and overcome the current challenges the shinobi world is dealing with. By facing her inner struggles and unlocking the power of her eyes, Sarada is on her way to becoming the sun, the one who protects everyone and the future of Konoha. Now that I've explained what makes Naruto the sun and Sarada the future sun, let's talk about what made Sasuke and Boruto the current moons. Sasuke became the moon because of his childhood trauma. Losing his parents and his whole clan at the hands of his brother, Itachi, made him emotionally cold, distant, and focused on only getting revenge. At first, Sasuke rejected love and close connections, thinking that pain made him stronger. But everything changed when he found out the truth, that everything Itachi did was actually to protect him. This created an inner conflict for Sasuke. Learning the truth about Itachi destroyed everything Sasuke believed in. It made him question who he was, what his purpose was, and what justice really meant. Sasuke found out that the brother he hated most was actually the one who protected him the most. Sasuke's whole identity had been built on getting revenge against Itachi. But when he discovered that Itachi killed the Uchiha clan under a secret orders from Konoha's leaders to stop a conflict that could have caused a war, it changed everything. Itachi was not evil. He sacrificed everything to protect Sasuke and the village. After that, Itachi let the world believe he was a traitor, that he had betrayed Konoha and the Uchiha clan, and he had joined the Akatsuki. He did this to help hide his real mission, spying for Konoha. Knowing this made Sasuke see the village of Konoha as a corrupt system that used his brother as a tool and then kept it all secret. This left Sasuke conflicted between his love for his brother and his hate for the village. He started asking deep questions. What is real justice? Who decides who lives and who dies? Is revenge the answer? By the end of his final fight with Naruto in Naruto Shippuden, Sasuke finally realized that revenge does not bring peace. He saw that true strength comes from protecting others, not hurting them. He understood that Itachi's sacrifice should be honored, not followed with more violence. So Sasuke let go of his hate, accepted his past, and chose a new path, one where he will make up for his mistakes and protect the future. Since Sasuke is introverted and understands the painful path his brother Itachi walked, he decided to become the Shadow Hokage, a ninja who works alone in the shadows to protect the village. He does the hard and morally grey task that the official Hokage cannot do openly. Sasuke looked up to Itachi because Itachi never asked for praise. He worked in the shadows, made painful sacrifices, and gave up his reputation and life so that Konoha could stay safe and peaceful. Sasuke came to believe that some battles need to be fought quietly, without recognition or attention. He saw himself as the right person to take on that role. While Naruto, the Hokage, works in the spotlight, protecting people through leadership, being visible, building peace, and being admired by the village, Sasuke works as the moon, outside the system. Sasuke protects the village by watching for outside threats and acting in ways others cannot. He gives up comfort and reputation for the safety of Konoha. He travels the world alone, gathering information and stopping dangers before they reach the village. In this way, Sasuke is a hidden protector. He takes the silent and necessary action, even if people don't understand him or see what he does. Sasuke protects through solitude. So what is the last mission Sasuke did as Hokage before he was devoured and turned into a tree? Sasuke gave up his reputation and allowed people to see him as a traitor. He also gave up his time with his family, his wife Sakura and his daughter Sarada, to help Boruto after Ada's omnipotence changed everyone's memories. Because of this power, people believed that Boruto was Kawaki, the one responsible for the disappearance of Naruto, the hero of the 4th Great Ninja War, and the Hokage and his wife Hinata. They also believed that Boruto had tried to kill Naruto's son Kawaki. Sasuke helped Boruto escape and go into hiding, and during the time skip, he trained Boruto so he could get stronger and be ready for the challenges ahead. Because of this, Sasuke was seen as a traitor and hunted down, just like Boruto is now being hunted. Boruto became the moon because of the situation he is now in due to the effects of omnipotence. Boruto is in a position where he has to protect himself from people and shinobi who want to kill him for crimes he did not commit but was framed for. At the same time, he's doing his best not to harm those same people because he understands that omnipotence is the reason they're acting that way. Boruto has to protect the entire planet and shinobi world from the shadows, all while being seen as a traitor, the one who killed the Hokage. He's protecting the same people who now want him dead. And he also has to make sure he doesn't run out of chakra or get beaten too badly, because if that happens, Momoshiki could take over his body and hurt the people Boruto cares about in the shinobi world. There's also the danger of the divine trees. The Ten Tails have broken free from Code's control and evolved in a new way. Now they exist as multiple divine tree people with their own minds. What's worse is that the more the Clock Rhymes devour people, these people are turned into trees, which makes it possible for even more divine tree people to appear. The most dangerous one is their leader, Jura. Jura sees Boruto as a threat to their plans. He wants to kill Boruto because Boruto is the only one who can stop him. After killing Boruto, Jura plans to devour Kawaki, who's also an Otsutsuki now because of the karma he received from being Ishiki's vessel. If Jura succeeds, Kawaki's body will be used to create a chakra fruit, draining all life from the planet and destroying the shinobi world. So Boruto's job as a Shadow Hokage is to save the people who have been turned into trees, defeat the divine trees, defeat Code, and save Kawaki from his dark path. He has to do all of this while working from the shadows without any recognition and while being hunted down as a traitor. Because of omnipotence has made everyone believe he's the one responsible for the disappearance of Naruto and Hinata and that he tried to kill Naruto's son Kawaki. If you're interested in finding out what missions Boruto has completed so far as a Shadow Hokage, you can click on the video playlist shown at the end of this video or on the link in the video description to watch the playlist about Boruto being a Shadow Hokage.